Greetings from La Hacienda, home of the Spanish Fort Dons. I'm Alan Huff, along with Chris Hurst. We're glad to be with you tonight for this Region 10 contest between the number 2 team in the region and the Dons, sitting, I believe, in a tie for the 4 spot. Maybe they are in the 5 spot. I haven't checked that exactly, so I'm not sure. But nevertheless,
they are tied with Lehigh in the 4th spot.
Okay, that being the case, we'll pause for the national anthem. Getting ready for hoops action here at La Hacienda, home of the Spanish Fort Dons. This Orem Tiger team has lost only one region game, and that was to Salem Hills, as Chris and I were mentioning before this contest. It was it was soon after a non-region game that they had scheduled.
Yeah, they played in a Martin Luther King tournament, and they next day they played Salem Hills and lost that game, but nonetheless they are 10-5 overall, 4-1 in region, and Spanish Forks tied for that 4th spot with 2-3 region record and 7-8 overall.
Let's take a look at tonight's keys to the game for the Spanish Fort Dons, who are now being introduced on the floor. Chris, you saw them a little bit earlier. Can you share with us, because they're trying to hide back there behind our
So
sponsor logo.
So the first key is for the Dons to play inside out, and that is to work the ball into Bridger Knowles and then have Bryler Jensen, Parker Swinson, Tanner Olson, Brandon Cognan, those guys hit some big shots outside. Also, Spanish Fort needs to win the turnover battle. They've got to create turnovers, get in their offense into transition fast, and then not turn the ball over. And then also, this Orem team, a very intense basketball team, and Spanish Fort has to match that intensity tonight. We thank Triple T for those keys of the game.
Triple T Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, one of our sponsors, along with the rest of them. Tony Basso Auto Group, along with Lance Wilson, State Farm Insurance, MVP Sports, Two Jacks Pizza, Mikkel Christiansen and Wise, and Dickerson Automotive. We'll talk about them more and more as the contest rolls on, but some guys to watch out for. Orem, Ross Reeves, averaging over 19 a game. He's going to be a tough one, but you got to watch Puka Nakua, who will be out there terrorizing with his athleticism, and that's exactly all I've heard about him, is how athletic he is.
This Orem team is not very tall per se. I know Nakua is 6'2", and in my book that's tall, and but the other guy, Ross Reeves, is 6'3", but they definitely are very athletic.
Ike Richards, another one to watch out for. He averages double figures as well, as Taylor Hawker-Smith will go up against Bridger Knowles. And Orem, right out of the gate. Wide open layup, and that's how Orem wants to get it started. Easy layup for Reeves.
And he averages 19 points a game, as we just mentioned, and he gets 2 very easy points. You can't get him much easier than that.
Aaron Scott, a starter for the Dons, along with Brandon Congdon, Bridger Knowles. I also saw Parker Duvall out there, along with Hunter Nielsen. Stott, left side. Back out Brandon Congdon. Congdon up top. He's a guy that's got to get hot early. Shot up. There it is. Brandon Congdon on the board for the Dons, and an outside game is something the Dons really need tonight.
Yeah, they do, and wow, Orem misses an easy one down low. Put on the possession earlier. Yeah, Congdon in that mid-range jumper. That's pretty much automatic.
Yeah. The Dons need to get work underneath and out early. We got a foul. They're saying it's before the shot. Dons have been pretty good, Chris, at creating fouls.
They have. They've done a great job of getting to the line and creating early fouls. That time it was a non-shooting foul, but you're right.
Duval, right side, not an outside threat. Goes to the base, flips it out. Open three for Hunter Nielsen. Got it! Dons on the 5-2 lead.
Yeah, nice driving that ball down low, and then Parker Duval with the assist there, finding Nelson.
Couple of early outside shots made by the Dons. Something they struggled with against Payson last week. Shot up, missed. Rebound underneath to Richards, and they going to count that? Yes, they will.
Wow.
Mike Richards.
Mike Richards got fouled multiple times that weren't called, and then as soon as he shoots it, they call it.
They called it at the right time. Head coach Golden Holt for the Orem Tigers. The Dons won earlier in the week against the Mountain View Bruins. Pretty handy win on the road. All knocked away. The Dons just give it right back.
Well, that's one of those hustle plays, and you don't realize there's two Tigers sitting there, and Duval with another assist.
Yep. That one went to Sean Anderson, bucket for the Tigers. Oh. Knowles off the glass, so he's on the board.
Don's pressing here in this 2-3, or
looks like they're going to go with a bit of a zone, but left on the left side all alone, and the 3-ball falls for Ross Reeves. He's got 5.
I like the idea of pressing there, but Spanish Fort's got to get back in their defense.
Congdon misses, rebound to the Tigers, and that's Reeves. Brings it across right side. Looking underneath Hawker Smith. Ball nearly stolen away. Orem maintains possession. Puka Nakua out front. With Aaron Scott on him. Nakua quick to the basket. Oh, nice athletic move. Can't convert. The Dons find themselves in a bit of trouble. Get out of it. Bridger Knowles.
Oh, and what awesome passing in transition by multiple Dons there.
9-all here in the early goings. 3 minutes in. Nakua out front. Goes left side, Sean Anderson. They work at the Richards to Reeves. Continuing to move the ball around. Hawker Smith for 3. No good. Rebound Dons. Taylor Hawker Smith stands the tallest on the floor, shooting long balls. Congdon, 3-ball. No. Rattles out.
That was in and out.
3-ball on the way for Reeves. Drains it. And this kid, he's showing some toughness out there. Senior shooting guard. Got 8 points, 2 3-pointers.
And he has a nice looking shot there.
Smooth. Congdon, Scott. Congdon to Nielsen. Oh, that's a foul. They better call it. And they do. Ross Reeves picks that one up. That'll be the second team foul. First on Reeves.
Yeah, and if they're not going to call that one, then I guess anything goes tonight. But the officials correctly call that.
Ethan Slade on the floor for Orem. Spanish Fork will bring in Bryler Jensen and Tanner Olson. Go with the... Man, they're going, looks like about 4 guards out there, Chris. Going small. And Nakua just pickpockets Congdon. Oh, Congdon swats him, and the Dons get the ball.
And that was the swat of the year there. I don't know if he fouled Nakua, but either way, it was beautiful.
No foul called, but if you're looking for a early Tony Basso play of the game, there you go. Oh, what a nice play there. Nakua finally on the board. Orem with a 5-point lead over the Dons.
And maybe, unfortunately, that block fired Nakua right up.
It did, and Ryan Kunzler wants a timeout for the Spanish Fort Dons. That'll give us an opportunity to sponsor, or to talk about our sponsors. First and foremost, Tony Basso Auto Group, 872 North Main in Spanish Fort. 801-794-0077. You can go to the carguysut.net and get on Tony Basso's website. And, hey, most of those vehicles are still under factory warranty and they're ready to go. So go ahead and on your next auto purchase, visit Tony Basso Auto Group.
Well, the Dons are playing pretty good defense here tonight, but one of the things they're struggling with is that perimeter defense. But you give Ross Reeves an inch, and, man, he's going to make that three-point shot.
I'll tell you what, he has a couple threes early on. He's got, all of his shots are looking smooth. The Dons have, you know, as much as they like to put a press on it, and it's a good thing to do, unless you got Ross Reeves standing around by himself. Tanner Olson out front. Holds it up. Knowles. Couple dribbles, right hand, spin move, left-hander out of bounds. And stays in the Dons. Hawker Smith with a block for Orem.
That's a great spin move by Knowles. He just needs to stick with it and not be frustrated by that block.
Congdon travel. I didn't see it.
I didn't see it either.
Kunzler's not at all happy about it.
I don't know if he took a little step early that we didn't see, but nonetheless, the official's the guy with the whistle, and he makes the call.
That's right. Shem Johnson into the game for the Tigers. They bring Ike Richards to the bench. So Orem with it. Puka Nakua running the point for the Orem Tigers.
And Nakua is a tough one-on-one matchup as they go. Oh, they're still in their zone.
There he is. Hawker Smith, three, way off. Rebound, Hunter Nielsen. Here come the Dons. Find Knowles. Blocked again by Hawker Smith. That's 2 times down the floor. He's swatted.
And Smith has a very long wingspan down there. Go gadget arms, if you will.
Yeah. Not easy to get a shot, a clean shot around him, that's for sure. Is Nakua out front for the Tigers. Pull up 3, missed, rebound to the Dons.
If you're the Dons, the one guy you want to run off the three-point lines, Ross Reeves. Everybody else looks like they're struggling.
Hunter Nielsen with the bucket. He's got 5 for the Dons. And the Dons bring it back to within 3.
And that looked like that drive by Nielsen could have been an and one situation. I thought he got fouled. I heard it.
Foul against the Dons. At the baseline, I should say. I believe that is going against Nielsen. Second team foul on the Dons, the first on Nielsen. And Ross Reeves to the line.
Relatively quiet first quarter as far as fouls have been called.
That's true. Reeves misses the first one.
What collegiate team does this Orem Tigers uniform remind you of?
Well, I don't want to talk about the Blue Devils. Are you kidding me? I'd rather say the Oregon Ducks.
Well, it's definitely not that.
Into the game, Taft Mitchell for the Tigers. Out of the game, Taylor Hawker Smith. Give him a break from shot blocks. Dons with it. Duval trying to find an open look for Bryler Jensen, who has it. Puts it up. Got it. Bryler Jensen on the board.
I'm going to be honest with you. That was a great play by Bryler Jensen, but I thought there was no way that ball was going in. when he let it go.
Well, you could tell he was confident going in, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
Johnson underneath, and there's Ike Richards. Or no, excuse me, who is that right there?
Isaac Richards.
Oh, it is Ike Richards. Okay, so I'm not
Oh, yeah,
blind.
Ike. On our rosters, it says Isaac. On Deseret News, it says Ike.
I believe Deseret News. Left side, Nakua. Puka Nakua, right side. Oh, that's just out of control, but they're going to whistle and get a whistle and a foul against, I believe, Tanner Olson. His first.
Yeah, that was, he was out of control, but so was Tanner Olson on his defense.
Yeah.
Where they were both kind of, I don't know. I guess they always give the advantage to the offense in those situations.
Yeah. Third team foul against the Dons and a steal. Oh, that's over.
Oh, that's over and back. Great idea.
Yeah.
Wrong direction.
Yeah, you start losing control a little bit. That ball's got to go somewhere. Unfortunately, it went to the wrong side of the floor. Orem will get the ball back. 17-13 Tigers. 34 ticks left on the clock.
Yeah, I guess when you're in that position, about the only other thing you could do is call a timeout. And I don't know if they'd even let you have it.
Yeah. Slade, Ethan Slade with the ball, gets it back to Ross Reeves, the guy they want to have, controlling the ball with little time left on the clock.
And they're going
11 to go.
Yeah, they're going 4 corners here.
Three ball on its way. No. That will do it. First quarter in the books. Spanish Fork Dons 17, Orem Tigers 13 here on Spanish Fork 17.
Hi, welcome to Two Jacks Pizza.
For the best pizza you'll ever taste and our world-famous cheese sticks, come to Two Jacks Pizza on Main Street in Spanish Fork or call us for a quick delivery. Are you hungry yet?
Come to Dickerson Automotive for all your car repair and maintenance needs. Now is a great time to make sure your car is ready for these cold winter months. We take the time to get to know you and your car to give you peace of mind. Dickerson Automotive, located way north on Main and Spanish Fork.
Spanish Fork trailing by 4 to the Tigers of Orem High School. 17-13. We want to thank all our sponsors for tonight's game. We'll bring them up on the screen, but we all most specifically at this point want to thank our sponsor of tonight's MVP of the game, MVP Sports. Located at 72 North Main, 798-3587 is the number we can reach them, MVPSportsUtah.com. Customized uniforms, equipment, shoes, sporting goods. There's a t-shirt builder on the website. You can design your own stuff. Or if you have something and an idea, just come and talk to the guys at MVP Sports. Figure something out for you. Out front, Aaron Stock. Dons with the starters on the floor with the exception of who? Because we have Ryler Jensen out there. Oh, it's Parker Duvall's on
Yeah,
there.
Duvall's not in. Going even a little bit smaller, if you will.
Don set to attempt their first free throws of the game. Bridger Knowles on for 2.
And they got Bryler Jensen lining up at the post at 5'10". That's how small the Dons have gone here.
Yep. This is the first. He's going to get one more. Free throw. Got it. 1 of 2. Dons to within 3.
The Spanish Fork staying right with the Tigers tonight. One run away from taking a lead here.
Nakua. Got it. Puka Nakua with 4. And the Tigers back up 5.
Yeah, Nakua has the advantage there when Spanish Fork goes one-on-one. You know he's a guard, but when the Spanish Fork has to have somebody a little smaller guard him when he posts up.
As far as athleticism goes, he has it. Congdon blocked by Nakua. Ball on the floor. Jensen, one dribble, inside the arc, misses, rebound to the Tigers.
Yeah, Nakua is being guarded by Aaron Scott, who they list Scott at 5'8", so he's got a 4-inch advantage over Scott.
And you can see it out there if you're watching. But they'd like to get that one-on-one, and just like that, there's the advantage. Nakua.
So I think if you're the Dons, you've had your run here at man-to-man defense. Now I think it's time to switch to zone, and they gave the points to their own team.
Yeah. Now they got it right, 21-14. A 3 ball on its way, missed by Hunter Nielsen, and here come the Orem Tigers. Richards blocked. Congdon with his second block of the game. Here comes Knowles running the point. Congdon up top. Free throw line jumper. New.
I think if you don't get that initial bucket in transition, Spanish Fork just needs to slow it down a little bit.
This team can move the ball in smooth fashion. Ross Reeves with the bucket. He has 11.
A very impressive 11. He's done it inside with a couple of easy shots, but man, he's hit a couple of big threes as well.
6-1 in the quarter so far. Advantage Tigers. Knowles reverse fouled, and Hawker Smith will pick it up.
Just the third team foul there.
It's Taylor Hawker Smith's third. So the big guy may be seeing a little bench time, and he certainly will, as Orem will bring a couple in here, and I'm sure Taylor Hawker Smith will exit the floor. First free throw for Knowles. Misses.
And that's huge for Bridger Knowles to get Hawker Smith out of there, because he's had a couple of huge swats on Knowles.
Colin Hegstead into the ball game.
And I believe they'll probably have Stephen Briggs also, possibly guarding Knowles underneath.
Second good for Knowles, so he's 50% to a 4. Ball stolen by the Dons.
Oh, and the Dons unable to capitalize off that turnover. They're doing a good job of creating turnovers. The problem is they haven't been able to capitalize in transition, but credit Orem for getting back on defense.
Out front. Tigers go to Colin Hegstead. I said it was Stephen Briggs. I think it's Hegstead, because Hegstead stands at 6'6", and I think Briggs at 6'3". Looks more like a 6'6" kid to me. Because the way that they've signed this out, there's 233s.
Oh, that's right. You're probably right. It's probably Colin Hegstead. And that must mean Stephen Briggs is wearing number 1 tonight?
Yeah.
Instead of 33?
I don't know. We're just going to guess. Lance. Oh, excuse me. Sorry.
Go on.
Lance Wilson, State Farm Insurance. Sponsors tonight's great assist of the game. 220 North Main in Spanish Fork, 798-9288. He'll offer you some auto, home, and property insurance, life, health, banking, annuities, and mutual funds. Visit LanceWilsonInsurance.com if you'd like to visit the website, or visit him at 220 North Main in Spanish Fork. All right. Sooner or later, Chris and I will figure out who's on the floor. In the meantime, the Tigers with an 8-point lead.
Orem has 3 guys with double numbers, so I don't know.
And that's one of them, but we can tell who it is. Puka Nakua has 8.
And he's averaging 11.4. He's almost got that here in the first half.
Yeah, he's really taken advantage of the size situation as far as defense. And the Dons have brought a couple bigger guys on the floor to try to combat that. Duval puts it up. New rebound. Nakua.
Oh, great take by Duval that time, just unable to finish.
Oh, what a pass. Puka Nakua with a nice wraparound pass to Ethan Slade.
I want him on my pickup basketball team next time I play.
I'll tell you what, 27-15. The Tigers pulling away here. Dons need to get something to fall quick. No field goals in this quarter. 2 free throws only. Congdon, right side, looks to Tanner Olson underneath. Puts it up and in. Tanner Olson on the board.
Yeah, great pass that time by Congdon and great finish by Olson. I thought Congdon was in big trouble on that far side of the court.
Bring it back to 10. Sean Anderson with it, going right side to Slade. Ethan Slade with Hunter Nielsen on him. Underneath, the ball's picked off by Congdon. Got some help if someone will get there. And there's a foul unnecessarily committed by Ethan Slade. And that'll be team foul, I believe, number 5 against the Tigers. First on Slade.
And his 5th foul, and 15th foul, only his first for Slade. But Spanish Fort's getting close to shooting free throws here, and Orem, on the other hand, is not, because Spanish Fort only has 3 team fouls.
Don's doing what they usually do. Very low on committing fouls. Very high on forcing fouls. Not extremely high, as we've seen in other games, but nevertheless. Congdon! That's 5 for Brandon. The Dons to within 7.
And Spanish Fort needs to get going here. I mean, they beat Timpanogos in the preseason, so they're capable of beating any team in this region if they play their best basketball.
Knowles in transition.
Wow.
Bridger Knowles now with 8.
What a Houdini move there by Knowles to even get that ball up and in.
For his size, he's plenty athletic, and he can make those moves that'll create space. 27-22, Orem with the lead. Reeves travels, Don's ball. Into the contest, Shen Johnson for the Tigers. He'll replace Ethan Slade. The Dons looking to bring it to a one-possession contest.
Yeah, and they're on a 5-0 run right now. They were down 27-17, and I thought, uh-oh, here we go.
Parker Duval looking underneath, the ball picked off, out of bounds. Should be with the Tigers, I guess. You don't have a great angle here.
That was a tough call. That one could have went either way, I thought, from this angle. I couldn't tell.
So Orem with it. Under 2 minutes remaining here in the first half.
And the view up here is great because we can see a lot of those loose balls, especially on this end of the court.
Turn around lefty, no good by Reeves. What do we got? A foul against him.
That'll be his second.
I don't know how that, once he wrapped his arm, I have no idea. Ball goes to the Dons with 1:37 left. The Dons still with an opportunity to chip into the lead a little bit. Onto the floor for the Tigers. Now I'm confused. That's Colin Hegstead. You're right. Stephen Briggs is number 33. Good grief. I mean,
I'm rarely right, so I'll take the credit right now and take it back.
I mean, at some point, we just got to have a number.
Yeah.
And make sure they're
I'm
all the
surprised
same
that wasn't
size.
a foul or a travel there.
Trying to create some room. The foul committed by the Tigers. That's 1 and 1 as
yeah.
Richards picks it up.
So Stephen Briggs is 33.
Something like that.
And Colin Hegstead's 24.
That's correct. I'm guessing. Unless they decided pregame to switch jerseys too.
And height. All right. Wow, kind of who it flies.
Wow. Nakua on the board again. He's got 10. 6-point lead for the Tigers. Oh, and he picks it off again. Hegstead trying to leave in space. He misses, but a blocking foul committed by the Dons, and that'll be on Tanner Olson.
Olson's going to make him earn it from the line, and still I'm surprised Nakua didn't finish that.
So Puka Nakua to the free throw line. He'll get 2 shots here with under a minute to go. Smooth as can be. Has 11. Into the game, Stephen Briggs. Ike Richards to the bench. Both drop. 10 in the quarter for Nakua. He's over his season average at 11.
Yeah. And when he gets that ball in transition, he just glides to the hoop. That is very smooth looking.
Olsen. Knowles. Yeah, that's a foul and a half and 3/4 and 100%.
Colin Hexted looks like
Very
shocked.
guilty. Very guilty. That's his first. 2 shots. Are they giving him 1-and-1 here?
They better. No, they're saying 1-and-1.
Huh. Yeah. Run in, missed. Rebound back to Knowles. Puts it up. Foul again. 2 shots coming.
Well, if they don't call it 2 shots here.
Bridger is the only player in the Dons lineup to make free throw attempts.
He's made a lot of them, hasn't he?
And he's 3 of 7 at this point. He got 3 of 8. 2-shot foul. Missed a lot. He's going to start dropping those. 30 seconds left. Got that one. Into the game for the Dons, Aaron Scott for Tanner Olsen.
So Ross Reeves has been on the bench a lot of this quarter because he picked up 2 fouls, but wow. Nakua's really picked up the slack.
Yeah, I mean, you take him off the floor, and Reeves has 11, 9 of which came in the first half, or the first quarter. And then Nakua has just picked up that scoring, like you said. And Aaron Scott commits a foul. He can afford to do so with 9 seconds left.
Yeah.
15 foul on the Dons. You might want to foul again. Why not?
Yeah.
Dons will bring Trey Lofton into the contest.
He might be the guy that can commit this foul.
Let it get down to 4 or 5 seconds. Commit another one. It's a good strategic move unless you keep Nakua away from the hoop. There you go, fouling. There you go, perfect. So 4.3 on the clock, and Orem will have to reset.
All right, now the Dons shouldn't foul because that's their 16th foul and a half.
1-and-1 from here on. That full 4.3.
That was good coaching by the Dons.
Don't foul it. Nakua missed. The Dons' strategy worked on that last possession, but the Orem Tigers extend their lead from the first quarter. Now with a 7-point lead at 31-24. We'll be right back.
MVP Sports is the #1 source for sporting goods in Spanish Fort. Football, soccer, all the fall sports, we've got you covered. Check out our new custom t-shirt builder. Design at home and we'll build it for you. MVP Sports, 72 North Main in Spanish Fork.
The best time to check your furnace is before it fails, and you can rely on Triple T to do the job right. Our technicians are trained every year so you can sleep better at night, knowing your furnace is safe to operate. Call Triple T at 798-7711 to schedule your tune-up today.
And we're back here on Channel 17. The Dons trailing Orem 31-24, and we'll watch.
Well, we got to just say this. This Los Cholitasville team from Spanish Fork High School won the region championship this week. And we've seen them and commented on them before. They're out. They're going to perform for us. We'll let them do their stuff. We'll shut up. Congratulations again to that drill team, but now I guess the cheerleaders are going to do their stuff. So Chris and I will rest our voices. There are the cheerleaders. We will take a quick break. Be right back here on Spanish Forks FD.
Hi, welcome to Two Jacks Pizza.
For the best pizza you'll ever taste and our world-famous cheese sticks, come to Two Jacks Pizza on Main Street in Spanish Fork or call us for a quick delivery. Are you hungry yet?
Come to Dickerson Automotive for all your car repair and maintenance needs. Now is a great time to make sure your car is ready for these cold winter months. We take the time to get to know you and your car to give you peace of mind. Dickerson Automotive, located way north on Main in Spanish Fork.
(31-24) the lead for the Orem Tigers, number 2 team here in Region 10. Chris, let's take a look again at those keys to the game that we talked about before, sponsored by Triple T Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
Yeah, our first one was for Spanish Fork to play inside out. I think they've done a fairly decent job on this. It's just been tough inside. Bridger Knowles has gotten blocked a couple times, and some of those outside shots haven't hit. And I think Spanish Fork maybe needs to do a little better job in transition, actually.
I was watching in that first quarter, a couple of the first shots that Don's made. Brandon Kong along with Hunter Nielsen went back to back with a couple of buckets. They were inside out plays that were left wide open. So I think if the Dons find that again, they'll be good.
And then win the turnover battle. I'm not sure what the numbers are. I think Spanish Fork has created a lot of turnovers. But the difference is when Nakua gets a turnover, it's going for 2 points. When Spanish Fork creates a turnover, it hasn't gone for 2 points every time. And I think that's something they need to look at here in the second half. And also, I think both teams are playing their hearts out. So I think Spanish Fork match Orem's intensity. I think they just need to get a little bit of a run going here and keep this game close, and if they do that, who knows who's going to win this ball game.
Yeah, the Spanish Fork Dons in that first half, and things were starting to look pretty plumb. Towards the middle part of that second quarter, they were down by 12 points, and it just looked like the air was drained out of La Hacienda, but they caught a little bit of a run there and brought, some field goals into the fray. They only recorded, I think, 3 field goals that entire third quarter. Rest free throws. Don's going to have to start dumping some buckets here.
Yeah, and in order to keep this game close, they're going to have to hit some shots because we know Orem's going to. And I was looking at the region standings, and Timpanogos is at the top of Region 8, I believe.
Yeah.
And Spanish Fork beat that team. We saw that on our second broadcast of the season, and Spanish Fork just hasn't been able to find that rhythm.
Yeah, they got to get that rhythm back. Let's quickly bring our sponsors back up again because they deserve some plugs here. Let's thank our friends with Tony Basso Auto Group, Dickerson Automotive, Lance Wilson State Farm, Mikkel Christiansen Wise, attorneys at law, Triple T Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, MVP Sports, and our friends at Two Jacks Pizza. We will talk more about those wonderful sponsors as the game goes on. And Orem has the ball to start the second half. See if the Dons can get a defensive stop. Maybe a
Nakua's on, or Aaron Scott's on Nakua. That's something we got to watch. And Orem exploited that quite a bit.
And Nakua's a guard who can play post, and he lost it there, but gets bailed out by the official, Parker Duvall, picking up a foul.
Parker Duvall nearly got the position, but quite honestly, he was there and sent Nakua trying to go around him. I don't know. That should have been a charge.
Or a no call.
Or no call, exactly.
The way I saw it. Like Nakua was surprised to see Duvall there. Oh, man. Missed opportunity for Aaron Scott there. 3 ball on its way off. Attempted by Ross Reeves. He had 11 for the Tigers. Again, Puka Nakua with 12.
And Ross Reeves isn't afraid to take a shot anywhere on this court. We've seen that.
Don's Bridger Knowles had 10 in that first half. 2 players with 5 apiece, Brandon Congdon and Hunter Nielsen. There's Congdon left side, Aaron Scott. He's left alone. Find a way to put that thing in. All knocked away by the Tigers. Will stay with the Dons. Aaron Scott had a wide open look and get put in that zone of discomfort.
Yeah, and you can beat a zone by swinging the ball. Oh,
man. Knowles unable to convert that inbound. Reeves. Ross Reeves with 13, playing with 2 fouls. Taylor Hawker-Smith, the center, top of your screen there. He's playing with 3. Aaron Scott, Congdon left. Knowles underneath. They're trying to hit Hawker-Smith in trouble, and they're going to. That's 4 on him.
Oh, that's on number 25,
Ike
Richards. That's his second.
Yeah. It's his second. Each team with a foul early on here in the third.
It seems like a lot of these second halves in region play have been very chippy. A lot more fouls called in the second half than the first.
Donson down, Congdon to Knowles. Scott, left side, Congdon. 3 ball on its way, got it! Brandon Congdon. He has 8, starts the scoring here in the second half for the Dons.
I think the Dons have got to continue to get Congdon in those opportunities to hit those 3-point shots.
It's his second 3 of the game. Puka Nakua right side. Hawker-Smith up top. Ike Richards are looking underneath and find Ross Reeves. Got it. Reeves with 15.
It's interesting to see Reeves post up. He's known for his 3-point shooting. At that time, he notices he has a height advantage and great back to the basket play.
Congdon right side, Duvall underneath Knowles. Aaron Scott left side. Finding Bridger Knowles. He works his way into the paint. Fouled. Can't get the bucket to go. Or they're going to give him 2. It looks like they will.
And that's Ike Richards' third foul.
And Richards, he averages 11 a game, so he's that big body guy they have out there. And it's nice to have him exit the contest.
Going to bring in who we think is Stephen Briggs.
I think we're right. Bridger Knowles knocks down the first. He's had plenty of trips to the free throw line in this contest. Shooting right about 50%. Get it there. There it goes. 12 for Bridger Knowles. Dons back to within 6. Again, Spanish forward. Ross Reed, look at it, the size advantage he has underneath with Hunter Nielsen underneath.
And the Dons have got to be one of the shortest teams in the region.
Nakua, wide open three, long rebound. Duval gives it right back to the Tigers. A foul committed, the bucket goes. Stephen Briggs to the line for one.
Now I have a problem with that because I believe Stephen Briggs fouled the ball on that rebound attempt, and that was a no call. And what's Duval supposed to do? He had the position. The guy's hanging on his back, putting him out of position. That's got to be a foul.
The no call and the free throw. It goes. Briggs on the board. He's got 3, and now a 9-point lead for the Tigers.
And that huge no call there costing the Dons 3 points, essentially.
Conlon nearly loses it. Left side. Nielsen underneath to Bridger. Bridger up with it. No. Rebound. Hawker Smith. We have a jump ball. Yes, we do. And the possession arrow will go to the Spanish Fort Dons.
A great hustle play by Duval that time in tying up. Is that Hawker Smith?
Yeah.
That's a cool last name. I'm a little jealous.
It's a long one. I'd like to see his autograph.
Yeah. He doesn't know cursive. They don't teach that anymore, Alan.
Jingleheimer Smith. Okay, right side. 3-ball. Congdon. No. Rebound. He was on line.
I thought it was in.
Knowles. Shovel underneath, and they're going to say he fouled. Creeping his way underneath, and that'll be Bridger. I think it's his first.
It's his first. He does a great job of getting a lot of these guys in foul trouble, but he doesn't pick up very many himself, at least this season. I know he's had problems in prior seasons, but not this season.
Shen Johnson in. Taylor Hawker Smith to the bench. Orem with it, 4:24 on the clock. Oh, they're going to get Congdon on a foul.
It'll be his second.
Coming into the game, the guard shift. They're going to bring in Bryler Jensen and Tanner Olson. Duval and Aaron Scott out of the game for the Dons.
Dons going with 4 guards once again to match pretty much Orem's 4-guard lineup.
Right side, wide open 3, no rebound to the Tigers. Stephen Briggs out there firing away. Reeves, no, he'll get 2.
Man, and he takes giant steps. Reeves, I thought, did he travel? And then the more I thought about it, he didn't. But he
gets real estate.
Yeah, he does. That's
say that's 3 on Tanner Olson already.
Well, they
16.
Yeah.
I believe it. As far as that foul is concerned, the Dons are 5 already.
They did a great job of not committing fouls in the first half, and now they're fouling in bunches.
17 points for Ross Reeves, and the Dons trail by 11 at 40-29. Underneath, Knowles. Bryler Jensen long on the 3, and here come the Tigers. Ross Reeves, nice pass. Bucket by Briggs. 5 for him. All coming here in the 3rd, and the Tigers trying to pull away.
Yeah, and Orem does a great job of using their team speed to get points in transition.
Got a foul on number 33, Colin Hegstead.
They're saying 33 is Colin Hegstead. Give me a break and give me a roster with any accuracy whatsoever.
That's his second now. Okay.
All right. I just need to go down and look at the book before every game. So I'm guessing 24 is Stephen Briggs. Who knows? All right.
He's not number one because that's Nakua.
All out of bounds to the Tigers. 13-point lead as Orem trying to pull away from the Dons here in the third quarter. Puka Nakua, left side. Reeves back to Nakua. Works at the Shen Johnson.
So if you're the AD for Orem, you got like two jobs. One, schedule games for your team, and two, send the correct roster over to the other team. And apparently he's good at one thing.
3 balls good for Shen Johnson. And Orem pouring it on here in the third quarter. 14 points so far in the quarter for the Orem Tigers to the Dons 5. And it is a 45-29 game.
And Orem's looked impressive in this quarter. They're shooting the ball at a high percentage, and Spanish Fork has not had an answer.
Not an answer whatsoever. Two Jacks Pizza is a sponsor for tonight's game. They're located at 30 North Main in Spanish Fork. 801-798-8601 is the number you can reach them, or go online or visit their website. Take a look at the menu at twojackpizza.com. You got that pizza, pasta, bread, wing salads. Man, I mean, you know, those cheese sticks are ridiculous. Let's hurry and knock another one out here. Triple T Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. They sponsor our keys to the game. They're located at 1550 North Main in Spanish Fork, 798-7711. Of course, an 801 area code there. Go to triplettheating.com. You know, here in the winter months, if you haven't had that service done, you might find yourself a little chilly if your heating fails you. You haven't had that winter service taken care of, you might want to do it before it gets any colder out there.
And we finally got some snow here in the state the last week.
Yeah, the last week we've got a little bit, and just the way I like to see it, it goes away very fast. Tanner Olson, Jensen. Baseline to Sage Olson. Hasn't seen a lot of time on the floor tonight. Congdon for 3. Yes, sir. Brandon Congdon. He has 11 for the Dons. Third 3 of the game.
Great job by Congdon. We'll see if Spanish Fork can get a stop here and make a run. They need to, or this thing gets out of hand.
13-point lead for the Tigers. And now Orem spreading the floor a little bit here as Ross leaves with it. Back out to Puka Nakua. Nakua right side. Crosses over Olson. Kicks it back out. 3 ball on the way for a big man, and Shen Johnson knocks it down. His second 3 of the game. He stands at a mild 6'7", and we have a foul on the other end.
We don't know what we have.
What's going on here? Technical foul on Ryan Kunzler. So Puka Nakua will get 2, and Orem will get the ball. Missed 1. His first free throw miss. He hasn't scored here in the third quarter. He only scores if Ross Reeve is on the bench. Right, Chris?
Yeah, which is a good, if you can get both those guys going, it's a great 1-2 punch.
It really is. I mean, you got 2 guys, same size, both with about the same speed. And both of we see, when we see Reeves heading to the bench, now it's time for Nakua to do his thing, I'm afraid.
A huge change of momentum. Well, possession, that technical foul is.
Yeah, the
Orem
Dons
gets
had the ball. So the T on the Dons bench. Nakua, nice pass. Johnson fouled. Or excuse me, that's Stephen Briggs. He'll go to the line for 2 shots.
No. Is that Colin Hegstead?
Whatever.
Shooting?
Colin Hegstead. All right, sorry. Ugh.
Sage Olson picks up his first foul.
Are we sure that Sage Olson out there is a better question? Oh, I'm sure of that.
I could go either way. Maybe that's Colin Hegstead.
Yeah.
Will the real Colin Hegstead please stand up?
Yes, exactly. All right, Hegstead knocks the first down. Here comes number 2, misses. Rebound, Brandon Congdon. We'll bring it up the floor for the Dons with under 2 minutes to go on a turnover. Here come the Tigers.
Tigers can take this lead up to 20 here.
Oh, no. Missed 3, pass. I mean, even the big guys are moving the ball around for the Tigers. These guys look like they shouldn't be able to move out there on the floor and move it.
Yeah, they're doing a great job, everybody.
Oh, how does Nakua keep that dribble? Turns it over anyhow. The Dons have it. Olsen fouled. He'll go to line for 2 shots. Tanner Olsen.
I thought Nakua might have a spot after his Orem career with the Harlem Globetrotters if he can dribble like that.
I'll tell you what. Athletic kid out there on the floor. Free throw, good for Tanner Olsen. He has 3.
Spanish Fork tied with Lehigh for that 4th spot, and I believe 4 teams make it into the playoffs.
Who does Lehigh have tonight? I think
that's what I was going to check.
Are they off tonight? I'm trying to think. Are they that or they're playing?
They're at Payson's
Payson.
at Lehigh.
Payson, okay. At home for Payson?
For Lehigh.
Payson really gave the Salem Hills Skyhawks a run for their money Tuesday night. There's a nice block, but quick turnover back to the other end. No good, and then foul committed by the Orem Tigers.
Payson's got themselves a good ball club this year.
Yeah, they took Salem Hills down to the wire. Salem Hills beat the Lions by 1 the other night.
I think the key for Spanish Fork is you got to pick up those winnable games against Mountain View and you win it. But that game against Lehigh, you got to win that. And you got to steal another one from these top 3 teams, and you've got yourself into the playoffs.
Congdon misses, rebound Tigers.
I'm just not sure which of the top 3 teams they can match up with the best.
Stepping on the line. Well, they have Salem Hills at home in the second half, which occurs after tonight. And they have Payson on the road. They have Orem on the road at the very end of the season. So that's a tough road.
Yeah. And not to mention they have to go out to Uinta. And it's not, Uinta's really struggled this season, but that's sometimes if your team's not playing well and you got that 3-hour bus ride to check your Twitter feed or whatever, you can lose your focus.
Yeah. I'm really curious to see what that final will be out of Salem tonight against Uinta. Could be a rough one. You know, and again, Uinta, I mean, they made those long trips, and it's got to wear on you.
Yeah. And how do you recruit kids that might be borderline wanting to play or not? Hey, good news, you get to make a 3-hour bus ride every week during the region season, and we haven't been very good lately. So
yeah, I mean, it's no fun. We will be off until February 16th for the Dons' last home game. However, there are a couple coming up. Tuesday night, Salem Hills will be here. Will not be televised, but we encourage you to come down to La Hacienda, a 7 o'clock tip for the varsity game. 1-on-1 situation as Hegstead knocks down the front end. And then Lehigh will be in town a week from tonight on February 2nd. Hegstead knocks them both down. 18-point lead for the Tigers.
So the next couple of weeks, Maple Mountain will be on SF-17.
We will yield the weekend. Oh, you gotta get that off. They didn't. And that will end quarter number 3. 52-34 the lead for the Orem Tigers. We'll head to the fourth quarter right after this.
MVP Sports is the #1 source for sporting goods in Spanish Fork. Football, soccer, all the fall sports, we've got you covered. Check out our new custom t-shirt builder. Design at home and we'll build it for you. MVP Sports, 72 North Main in Spanish Fork.
The best time to check your furnace is before it fails, and you can rely on Triple T to do the job right. Our technicians are trained every year so you can sleep better at night, knowing your furnace is safe to operate. Call Triple T at 798-7711 to schedule your tune-up today.
Spanish Fork trailing by 18 heading to the fourth quarter against this Orem Tiger team. He just basically had their way with the Dons in the fourth quarter, outscoring them 21-10. Now lots of work to do if the Dons want to walk away from this and the heads held high. Dons so far, a couple of guys in double figures, but they've only got 5 guys who have scored tonight. They haven't been moving the ball around the way they'd like to, and people aren't getting the shots that they'd like to have. Nakua missed. Oh, bailing out with a foul. Wow.
I don't know how you say garbage in Spanish, but whatever it is, that's what that call is.
Oh, garbage.
Oh. No, but Nakua made a great move, but
he lost the ball. I mean, that's all it was. He lost the ball. He lost control of it.
But Knowles has every right to be where he's at. There's no key or half circle where it's a restricted area for the defender, and Knowles just had his arm straight up. How's that a foul on Knowles?
Well, especially when he's lost possession of the ball in all reality.
True. That better helps the case for no foul on Knowles.
Oh, he lost a rebound there on the offensive attempt. Ball to the Tigers. Don't foul. Maybe he should have fouled. Mike Richards with a bucket and a lead up to 22.
Yeah, Spanish Fork just has to hit a couple shots just to make this one look even close tonight.
There's Knowles base. Right-hander won't go a foul committed, and they're going to say, is that Hawker Smith that'll pick that one up? That'd be 4 on him if that's the case. Yep. So Knowles will go to line for 2. Hawker Smith still out there with 4 at this point. It's not really going to affect the outcome of the game if he's out there or not, so leave it.
Yeah, if Hawker Smith fouls out or not, there's going to need to be a lot more miracles than that for Spanish Fork to win this game, but there's no reason they can't play and see if they can cut this thing to single digits.
14 for Bridger Knowles, most of them coming from the charity stripe. Nakua fouled.
Once again, you have every right to stand where you're at and have your hands straight up in the air.
Congdon will pick that foul up. That'll be his 3rd. 2 shots for Puka Nakua, 15 to this point. Made sees 2 that time with Ross Reeves with 17 apiece. And that would mean that the 2 of them together would be just 2 points shy of Spanish Fork's total.
So they didn't need the other 3 guys on the court, is what you're saying.
Well, you do, but only for a couple buckets.
No, okay.
All right, Nakua knocks it down. And it's a 58-36 game for the Tigers. Underneath, Knowles lost it. Gets it back. Out to Aaron Scott. Scott to Congdon. Shot up, no rebound to Congdon. Bring it back out, reset.
Orem's defense has been suffocating. Spanish Fork's really struggled to find good shots, especially in the second half.
Knowles. Count it, and he's fouled. Bridger Knowles.
That should be Hawker Smith's last foul of the game.
Nope, they gave it to Ike Richards.
His fourth.
So
Somebody's going to foul out.
yeah, probably.
That's my prediction.
I would assume you're probably right. Free throw missed by Knowles. So he's out there with 16 for the Dons.
And Knowles has been a little better at hitting free throws, except tonight he's missed quite a few.
Yeah. Especially that first half. He missed a bunch. Pass picked off. Knowles, Condon, out left. 3 ball on its way. No, rebound. Aaron Scott. Picks up his dribble, gets it to Knowles underneath. Puts it up. Counted, he's fouled. Hawker Smith to the bench.
If not, it's on Ike Richards because he was the only other guy that was even in the area code. Whoa.
I want to see on what planet Nakua was on. Did they fix it finally? Who did they call? Are you
They
kidding
called
me?
that on Nakua, who wasn't even in the frame. Both teams will be in the double bonus after
Give me a
this.
break. Nakua on the rebound after the miss.
That was clearly on Hawker Smith. But
I mean, good grief. Is that guy in his ward or something? Richards got it.
not in his ward, but same state.
Okay, yeah. Kong did go right.
Oh, wow.
Tanner Olson alone. 6 points for Olson.
And he puts on his cloak, cloaks himself underneath, and he's got the wide open basket.
Nakua, no good. Rebound Dons after the attempt by Richards. Fails.
That's surprising. Nice use of the ref as a screen there.
Yeah. And that's a carry. Or double. Yeah, they just call it a flat double dribble, which basically constitutes 18-point lead for the Orem Tigers as Ike Richards takes a seat. Both teams with 9 fouls, so they're both going 2 from here on. 5 minutes remaining. There's Knowles. Spin move. Shot up and in. Bridger Knowles. 20 points for Bridger.
That's his season average right there.
He's been tough. One of those big guys that can move. 3 ball, no rebound. Sage Olson knocked away. Don's possession. Substitution into the game. Ethan Slade for the Tigers.
Yeah, if Spanish Fork can get some guys to hit some outside shots consistently this season, that would really aid Knowles because unfortunately Knowles is a senior. He's had a great career inside, but just hasn't had the outside help.
Knowles. Count it, and he's fouled. Bridger Knowles.
All right.
22 for him, and the Dons are trying to make something out of this. 46-60. One shot for Bridger. Got it. 23 for him.
Seems like every time we call one of these games, Bridger Knowles is over 20 points. I don't know how he only averages that.
Shut up. Nakua can't get it. Gets his own rebound, scores. 19 for him.
And the Dons had went on a pretty big run there. They cut the lead to 13
The
before that
Dons.
basket.
How about Bridger Knowles? Went on a good run
Yeah.
there. Dickerson Automotive located way up north on Main Street. 1900 North Main to be exact. Phone number 801-794-9385 is where you can give Dickerson a call if you have any questions. But they can pretty much take care of anything your automobile needs mechanically. Finest repairs and personal care. You can go to DickersonAuto.com, talk to Todd or Zach, and get your car running right. Then, we also want to thank Mikkel Christian Supplies, attorneys at law, 642 Kirby Lane, Suite 105, here in Spanish Fort. The only one of our sponsors off of Main Street. 801-798-9000 is the number to reach and visit them at UtahLegalTeam.com. Take care of personal injury, accidents, low-cost bankruptcy, family, and criminal law. Dons with the ball. And they trail by 15 at 62-47. Orem Tigers team, early favorites to win Region 10.
We saw Salem Hills play, and that team's for real as well, so that should be a huge battle next time those two teams play.
Tanner Olson in one.
And that should be the 5th on Ike Richards.
No, they can't give it to him because, they did. Okay. Thought they just wanted to keep it in. I guess not. Okay, we're at the halfway point. Dons with the and 1. Knock it down to 14.
And Orem can't fall asleep in this ball game because seen crazier things happen in basketball. Spanish Fork playing that full court press and putting a lot of pressure on Orem.
Nakua brings it across. They have their best out there between Nakua, Ross Reeves. Ike Richards out of the game, or third leading scorer of this team. Reeves, right side, 3-ball on its way, and drained again by Shin Johnson. He has 3 3-pointers. When you got big guys doing that, I mean, it's just wrong on every level.
What do they call that, the stretch 4?
Nice move by Bridger. He gets it to go. 25 for him.
And Bridger Knowles has really been able to take this Spanish Fork team on his back here in the 4th quarter.
Well, you get some of those guys underneath in a little bit of foul trouble. It creates room as Nakua goes in, misses, rebound. Here comes the Dons, trailing by 13. Congdon for 3 to bring it within 10. Brandon Congdon. Timeout, Tigers. 14 for Brandon.
And a huge shot there, and Spanish Fork's climb back in this ball game, and unfortunately for Orem, their big guys are in foul trouble, and Spanish Fork's going down low to Bridger.
Yeah, Bridger Knowles taking advantage of it. Man, oh man, we got a contest again with 3 minutes left. You can visit SFCN or follow them on Instagram, Facebook at Spanish Fork 17, or go to youtube.com/Spanish Fork 17. A lot of programming that we cover on Spanish Fork 17, recorded and posted on the YouTube site. So get on there if you're missing a Goose in the Wild episode or one of these games. Hey.
And if you're, if you don't have them for high-speed internet here in Spanish Fork, either you're paying too much or you need to get high-speed internet.
Yeah. SFC in the place.
I don't know what I'd do without SFCN because I get home and all my family members are on different devices watching all sorts of Netflix. And
you know what? I think I'd have. Look, I'll stop. I was going to say I'd have much more of a life if I didn't have Spanish Fork, the Spanish Fork Community Network.
Yeah.
But hey, well, now Orem wants to kill a little clock here. Nakua messing around out there. Then they get an open shot for Hegsted. 67-55. And that big possession for the Tigers. Blocked shot. Tanner Olson. And here comes Ross Reeve, and he's fouled by Hunter Nielsen. How many is that on him?
Hunter Nielsen, 2?
Oh, just 2? Okay.
Yeah, and that was a huge foul by Hunter Nelson. It was a clean foul, but he made sure that shot was not going to go in.
Reeve misses. He'll get one more. Jones really making a run here in the 4th quarter, making it interesting. You got to convert it almost every time down the floor now.
Yeah, they do. This lead increases to 13, and maybe not enough time, but who knows if you can get hot from behind the three-point line.
Duval can't convert. Knowles misses. Rebound after a block, and there's a foul, and I believe it'll be committed by Puka Nakua.
It would be his second. He had a phantom foul earlier.
Yeah, he did. So Knowles will get 2 shots here. Try to push his way up to 27. He's at 26 at that one. Big quarter.
Still enough time for him to hit 30.
Yeah. Yep. I talked too early, but now I can. He's at 15 here in the 4th.
I need to do some research and see when his career high is, but I know he's hit 30 a couple of times.
Yeah. Well, Orem wants to kill the clock. Ross Reeves out front. Gets it over to Sean Anderson. Back to Ross Reeves. Nakua spins out of a attempted steal. Reeves fouled by Hunter Nielsen. Now's about the time you'd have to do that.
You gotta hope they miss free throws and you hit threes.
Yep.
I don't know if this is exactly the guy you want to foul though, Ross Reeves.
No. Between he and Puka Nakua, those are the 2 guys you do not want to see at the free throw line. Reeves knocks it down. He has 19 to go along with Nakua. Well, they've scored 23 here in the 4th. Shot up and in.
And unfortunately, too little, too late. Most likely.
Yeah, most likely. And, you know, that being the case, to see shots falling, at least you've got your inside game working. Quick foul by the Dons to put the coup at the line. But all that being the case, you watch what has happened here. And especially in the 4th quarter, the Dons did everything they could to get back into the game. They just started this quarter out a little too far in the hole.
Exactly, and I looked it up. Bridger Knowles' his career high was against Lehigh on January 9th, where he had 37, and prior to that he had 36 last season against Uinta at home.
Probably not going to hit that tonight, but solid effort nonetheless as Nakua knocks it down. He now has 20 to go along with Ross Reeves 20, and we have a timeout. Oh boy, Chris. Tell you what, let's talk a little bit about the schedule for this live broadcast schedule we have coming up. Maple Mountain will be at home against Springville.
Yeah, next one on Tuesday. That's a big rivalry game.
Yeah, so it's a shame that we don't have those 2 anymore between Spanish Fort, Maple Mountain, Springville, Pace, and Med. We got to somehow start rivalries with teams like Orem and Lehigh. How does that work? It just does.
It just does. It's the passion's just not what it was when we were in high school. That's for sure. I've noticed that.
Well, just with the jumbling, the Utah High School Activities Association constantly tweaking the regions and the growth. I mean, that the state, not only that the areas have been going through, but the state in itself creating all new classifications in football and all this other stuff. It's really confusing.
Yeah, and Lehigh is crazy growth. I work up in Lehigh, and I counted the other day, there's 4 of those little mid-rise 5-story buildings being worked on just right now.
It's almost, I mean, it is. It's crazy. You got the silicone slopes there.
Yeah.
I try not to go up there, but
I try and just go up there Monday through Friday.
not even that. I'm going to stay right here in my hometown as Parker Duvall knocks down the first of 2. That's his first point of the game.
User tip for anybody that's at Silicon Slopes: do not leave that area at 5 p.m.
No. Or Main Street, Spanish Fork.
Yeah.
For that matter.
It gets pretty busy too.
Foul committed by the Dons as Nakua will go to the line, and we're getting closer and closer to the white flag. As Nakua will go to the line for 2 shots. And I'm going to be honest with you, Chris. You watch this Orem team, see the talent that's out there, the athleticism that's out there, guys who can create. guards that do things that guards shouldn't do. And the Dons really played a pretty good game tonight, all things considered.
Yeah. And you would expect a lot of talent from Orem. I believe they won the 4A state football championship.
Yeah, I think you're right. But nonetheless, I'll tell you one thing.
They did.
They're state championship basketball contenders for sure, if you want my opinion now.
Yeah, Salem Hills is well out of this region. And boy, Payson, I don't know if they have the horsepower to win it, but they could give heavy favorites some trouble in the tournament.
Wow, the Dons unable to get it. Ross Reeve with the bucket, 22 for him. Congdon for three. No, rebound Orem, and the foul committed by the Dons, and I believe that's Stephen Briggs at good line. Scott will pick that foul up. That's a second.
And that it.
What is Nakua doing? I mean, look at Puka Nakua on the other end of the floor. He missed 2 free throws, so now he's on the Dons and practicing.
Yeah.
Without a ball, of course.
Yeah. Practice makes perfect. They say you're supposed to imagine yourself making a free throw. I don't think that necessarily requires you to have a basketball.
No, Briggs knocks down the free throw. We'll get one more. Pretty soon, Orem could empty the bench. Here's the Dons. The Dons will bring Trey Lofton in after this free throw, along with Parker Swinson. It's Congdon and Knowles conclude their evening. Dons at the inbound. The Dons have waved the white. There are 2 scorers off the floor.
Yeah, you don't want to get anybody injured when a game's out of reach like this.
17 points in 32 seconds. The game is over as Aaron Scott will go to the line for 2 shots.
And I'm frankly shocked that Nakua is still in this ball game and Ross Reeves.
He's not anymore. Nakua's on his way to the sidelines. Even though missed by Scott. So Nakua finishes with 20. And here comes Ross Reeves out of the ballgame at 22. Solid performances by those 2 starters. One more for Scott. Misses. Rebound out of bounds to the Dons.
Yeah, Thea couldn't hold on to it, and I just noticed he's a freshman.
Who is?
14 Thea.
Oh, Micah Fea.
Thea?
However you pronounce that name. 3 ball missed by Olsen. Orem with the ball. Don't foul. Have some dignity. under 20 to go, and it is what it is.
Yeah, credit Orem, though. They are a very athletic, tough team, and they played very well in transition and hit a lot of big outside shots.
5 on the clock, and unnecessary. Completely unnecessary, but a foul committed by Scott. That's his 3rd. 2 shots coming for Taft Mitchell.
And that should have been a no call, and we should be on our way out.
Yeah, it says 4:30 on the clock. That's 4.3 seconds is what you're looking at. Free throw good by Mitchell. He's on the board. Get one more. Got it. 77-58. And that is probably how it's going to end. The Dons are going to fire one more up as Olsen misses. Dons scoring 24 in effort to get back into this contest. Not enough. 77-58 your final. We'll take a quick break. Come back with the post-game analysis.
Hi, welcome to Two Jack's Pizza.
For the best pizza you'll ever taste. and our world-famous cheese sticks. Come to Two Jacks Pizza on Main Street in Spanish Fork, or call us for a quick delivery. Are you hungry yet?
Come to Dickerson Automotive for all your car repair and maintenance needs. Now is a great time to make sure your car is ready for these cold winter months. We take the time to get to know you and your car to give you peace of mind. Dickerson Automotive, located way north on Main in Spanish Fork.
MVP Sports is the #1 source for sporting goods in Spanish Fork. Football, soccer, all the fall sports, we've got you covered. Check out our new custom t-shirt builder. Design at home and we'll build it for you. MVP Sports, 72 North Main in Spanish Fork.
The best time to check your furnace is before it fails, and you can rely on Triple T to do the job right. Our technicians are trained every year so you can sleep better at night, knowing your furnace is safe to operate. Call Triple T at 798-7711 to schedule your tune-up today.
Need a new car or truck? The Car Guys has the best selection of used vehicles at the best prices in Spanish Fork. The Car Guys know their automobiles to get you the best car for your needs and your budget. The Car Guys at 872 North Main in Spanish Fork.
Well, I love it.
State Farm knows that for every one of those moments, there's one of these.
Well, I love it.
That's why we're there with renter's insurance when things go wrong, but also here with a rewards credit card.
Call State Farm agent Lance Wilson today.
Nobody plans on getting in an accident, but if it does happen, you can rely on the expertise of Mike McKell to protect and fight for your rights. Specializing in personal injury law, Mike McKell is the attorney you need. Contact Mike at McKell, Christiansen, and Wise.
Back at La Hacienda, where the Spanish Fork Dons fall to the Orem Tigers, 77-58. Tonight's MVP Sports, MVP of the game. Of course, it's got to be Bridger Knowles, does it not?
Of course it is. He had himself another monster ball game here for Spanish Fork.
15 points in the fourth quarter towards 27 points. Pretty solid performance. Not to mention, who knows how many rebounds he had. I mean, a lot of the points that he gets, folks, is off of offensive rebounds, creating his own shot. He works hard for those points.
Yeah.
And Bridger Knowles certainly deserves to be tonight's MVP Sports MVP of the game. Now, we got to talk about our other sponsors, too, before we close this thing out. Tony Basso Auto Group, along with Lance Wilson State Farm Insurance, Triple T Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, Two Jacks Pizza, Mikhail Christiansen and Wise, attorneys at law, and Dickerson Automotive. Well, so, everything in summary, Orem, chock full of athletes, guys that can move, speed galore, shot-making ability galore.
You can tell they have a good secondary in football.
Absolutely, and I'm assuming that Puka Nakua might try to go the way of his brother and play for the Cleveland Browns someday.
Why not?
I don't know if I'd want to be at the Browns, but hey, you got to go somewhere.
If you're going to go to the NFL, that's the least desirable place, but it sure beats the lifestyle I live.
Certainly. I'll play for the Browns. Just don't hurt me. I want to be the kicker.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
And
well,
you don't have to work as the kicker at Cleveland. Other than you'll kick off once a game, and other than that, you're done.
That's right. He finished at 20 points, but Ross Reeves, the leading scorer of this team, with 22. He's a leading scorer on season average at about 20 anyway. So those guys carrying their load and shouldering the brunt of the offense for the Orem Tigers, scoring a combined 42 of the 77 for Orem. The Dons again. Bridger Knowles had 27. You have to recognize Brandon Congdon had 14 with 4 3-pointers. So just 1 2-point bucket for Brandon Congdon, but Bridger Knowles the player of the game. Now, we're going to take a break, Chris and I, for the next couple weeks. Springville will play Maple Mountain on Tuesday. That will be televised here on Spanish Fork 17, and we invite you and encourage you to tune in for that one. That will be held at Maple Mountain High School. If you want to get up to that one, feel free. Then Maple Mountain will take on Timpanogos at Timpanogos. That will be televised February 9th. And then Chris and I, we won't be back here until the Dons finish their home schedule out with the Mountain View Bruins here at La Hacienda.
Well, I'm going to miss hanging out with Alan on Friday nights. No offense, Alan. I don't want to hang out with you next Friday night.
I'm not that great of a date, am I? Not on a Friday night.
Yeah.
Neither are you, Chris. I got to be honest with you. Well, nevertheless, again, thanks to our sponsors. Without you guys, none of this is possible. In particular, a big thanks to those of you who tune in here on Spanish Fort 17. Again, the Spanish Fort Dons falling to the Tigers of Orem High School. 77-58 your final. I'm Alan Huff along with Chris Hurst. We say adios from La Hacienda.